Okay, everybody, here is the video we were talking about earlier. We are heading into the spirit store tonight. Um, Let me tell you, when you walk into the spirit store, the first thing you run into are these large figures. I am talking, these things are well over probably 10 feet tall, and you push the buttons on them. They have the little foot pad that you can step on, and they say different little things. And really scary. If you were to put one of the cauldrons down or one of the fog machines, I think this would be something that would be extremely scary, in your front yard. But we went to the Grim Reaper at first, then we went around here to the corner, and we made our way around the corner here, and you run into this clown who's holding this box. Well, you step on it, and you're waiting for something, and he's got this gift just for you, and you're waiting for something, and he starts talking, and as soon as he's bam, this monkey comes out. And look at that thing. That thing is just, ooh, he's got some sharp teeth. Then you come around, and when you come around, you show up with this huge rat, and I'm talking it is huge, and it makes the rat noises and the sounds. You see the price there on the bottom, $229 for this. It is probably, I would say, about 4 feet tall. This would be something that I think kids would love if they were coming up to trick or treat and they hit that pad, and all of a sudden this rat would just start talking to them. Now we make our way around the corner here. I didn't understand this one. I didn't understand the hair being down in the face and the chains and things like that. You could probably adjust the hair on it, but I just didn't understand, and maybe it's a different story when it's nighttime and things like that, but it's got a scariness to it, but not like the other 3 did. This was something that like I said, I'm not sure what they were going after. I get that he's chained up, or I just don't get what they were going at here. So we're gonna make our way through the store here, guys. We start making the first thing we run up onto are these masks, and this is the mask section here. And cute mask, all the toys, all the knives and everything, the swords and things like that if you've got a costume. And then you get over here to the mask. They have everything in this store. You've got everything from Scream to Michael Myers to Jason, Freddy Krueger, E.T., Gremlins, the devil right there. Five Nights at Freddy, got some of those in there. Um, these large mouths, some clowns, old man, old woman. You've got a lot of different things going on right there. You've got the scary clowns, got the scary rabbits. Right there's a pig's head as well. There were some kids over beside of me trying on some masks, and they were trying on the Michael Myers mask and the hockey mask for Jason and things like that. Here's the cauldrons that I was telling you about, the fog machines, that I think that if you bought one of these and then bought here's the stuff that you put down into it. If you bought one of these and put on your front porch, it would be awesome. You can always go with the fact of painting your own face and doing your makeup. You always need some fake blood. They sell this stuff by like the quarts and pints and gallons. Can always have some fake blood. Then we made our way around here. Now we start getting into some of just the accessories, like the cowboys' hats and the boas and the mask and some of the accessories there. If you just if you're just trying to do something, really not complicated. Cheerleading outfits. This one really got me because if you see Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, all the things like that, Dr. Seuss, thing 1, thing 2, a lot of that. Then we got into some of the Winnie the Pooh. As you can see there, there's the Grinch costume, there was Tigger, there was Winnie the Pooh. There was a lot of neat costumes. You'll see that. Then you got over here, then you went into South Park. Somewhere along the line, we got into these inflatable costumes that you get down in and they blow up. But no, they had just about everybody from South Park there, from Kenny to Kyle to Cartman. And then, guys, here's what we were talking about earlier. Here's the Garfield costumes. Then you get into Bluey, you get into Chili, you get into the Teletubbies. It is, guys, you can find anything and everything in these stores. It's amazing the amount of costumes and stuff that are being put together. Here are some of the ones that you see, like a princess and things like that, that are really unique. I found this to be funny. These are the dodgeball characters, and remember, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. It's amazing that that movie is still as popular today as it is. Then they got into Star Wars. Star Wars is always a hit for a lot of people, anywhere from Darth Vader to the Stormtroopers. Always a hit with Darth Vader. Then they got into Sonic. I'm amazed at the size of the mask. Pokemon seems to be big this year. There's an inflatable chicken. I know Pokemon is one of those things, but there were a lot of costumes, and you'll see them right there. There were a lot of costumes this year with Pokemon. So that may be something you'll see coming up to your front door there. All right, we've made our way through that area there. Then you got into some of the area to where you're seeing Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn has been really popular over the last several years with the movies and everything. And again, this is what we were talking about in the videos. You always have these costumes that are a little bit risque. Those are out there. Then we got into Nintendo and Mario and Luigi. And a lot of costumes around these characters still. Ninja Turtles, always a hit. I don't care who you are, the Ninja Turtles, they'll be around with us forever. There is no doubt in my mind. We go through too many variations of them. Then Scooby-Doo. This is really neat. You've got all the characters of Scooby-Doo there. You've got the feet, you've got the hands. Really some unique costumes. Look at that. Monsters, Inc., Toy Story. Mr. Potato Head there. I saw that and thought about us talking about the toys the other night and the kind of toys we had growing up. And Mr. Potato Head was one of them. Stitch. I know that's been big here lately. Deadpool. Was a lot of stuff with Deadpool this year. And these were some great costumes here. Wolverine. Wolverine, the Flash, has started to do some stuff with Deadpool. So Batman, always a winner. Every year, Batman. And here's the things that really get me. Look at some of the details on this mask of the Joker. These are just extremely well done masks. I'm talking when we were kids, we just had the little piece of plastic that you literally could barely see out of and barely breathe out of. But now you've got it to the point of, look at these Joker outfits. If you are a big fan of Comic-Cons and things like that, get these costumes because these are wonderful. Then Superman. They've even got Superman dress. I don't know what to say about that, but they've got it. And then you run into Chucky and the Bride of Chucky and things like that. If there was a movie made about it, I think pretty much you can find it out here. And then you run into Art the Clown. Art the Clown is becoming bigger and bigger every year. This is something that they've got stuffed animals, they've got the costumes. It's like a whole section just based off of Art the Clown, and I find that to be really unique. Then just different costumes, The Nun, Five Nights at Freddy, they're in there as well. The Swamp Thing and Swamp Monsters. Really amazing. There's Chucky. Look at that, the Bride of Chucky. It's really amazing to see some of the stuff that you can go in and actually, get. Just more of a premium Chucky, premium Tiffany. Yeah, I'm really amazed with the outfits and stuff they have these days. We didn't have this stuff as kids. Pennywise, they have a lot of that stuff from It. I really enjoyed seeing that today. Look at that. How scary is that? Then you get over here, and then you got Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. You've got it for women, you've got it for men, kids. You got a bunch. Look at that. Nightmare Before Christmas, all of this stuff. The Oogie Boogie Man. Those are pretty neat costumes. Those are really neat. Yeah, look at that. Guys, you can go full out or you can just get into the mask. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was another big section this year that they had that I was really impressed with. Hocus Pocus. That movie's been around forever, and they still have an extremely large section there. Ghostbusters. Looking at what's going on there, there's Slimer and all the accessories. If you wanted to go as a Ghostbuster, look at that. All of the accessories there. Then you got into Scream. Scream 1, Scream 2. Then you make your way over and you see all the costumes there. Then you got into Squid Games. Now, this was something that amazed me a little bit of just how detailed that Squid Games was. I'm talking, they had everything from the dolls all the way up to the mask. And then you had the old favorites, the Halloweens, the Michael Myers. Um, you got into Jason. You got into, everything from the stuffed animals to the window clings. Then you got into Jason Voorhees and, stuff from the camp and things like that. It amazes me. Look at that. Look at the detail there in these masks. Everything from socks. And then they have a selection of shirts. If you're just looking for a unique, fun shirt to have, Spirit has a ton of these shirts. Then you got over here, you got more into Freddy, the hats and things like that. If you don't want to buy the whole outfit, you can buy the hat and the mask and wear it like that. And again, here's Pennywise. Some of the things you're looking at there. Look at that, the Beetlejuice mask. Those are amazing. Look at the quality that's there. Yeah, you've got a lot of different things. Then you make your way over here, and this is where you find like the little prop area to where if you're looking for something to put around the house or in your yard, you've got the skeletons and you've got the legs and the axes and things like that. If you're looking for something to kind of go around your home, you've got the scary heads and uh, look how detailed they are though. And these little babies freak me out. Look at that clown mask right there. Black cat. But these little babies freak me out a little bit. Oh, look at that. You got your little baby Frankenstein. You got you a pumpkin that is just, yeah, but these babies, when you look at that, those are pretty neat to see how detailed they are. And then you go back over into this section, and again, Nightmare Before Christmas, a lot of the Oogie Boogie Men and things like that. But this kind of leads you over into the kid section. And these are for toddlers and little kids. And look, oh, Adam's Family Wednesday section there. And there's Elmo, there's Cookie Monster. And the good thing is that if you're a parent, you can dress up like Cookie Monster and have your kid be Elmo. Now, Toy Story, again, we got to see their Scooby Doo, Wonder Woman, Meerkat, there's Cars, Pit Crew. Look at that. Scooby Doo again. These are pretty neat. Spider Man. Another section of Bluey's coming up. Look at that. Look at that for those little ones. Those are pretty awesome. I like it. Look at that. Yeah, but you have this whole section, Cat in the Hat, just a skeleton. little ghosts and goblins hanging around, but you've got this whole section dinosaurs, for the little ones. So look right there, Winnie the Pooh and all them, Barbie. You've got this whole section if you've got a parent or someone that even got dogs that you wanna dress as something and your little ones wanna dress as something, you can coordinate your outfits together, and I think that would be awesome for parents and kids to both, do that. Even got welcome mats that you can get, and again, these are things that just go around your home that you can just set up, and you can even put some of the fog in there and let some of that come. I was amazed at the pictures here. Elvira is still pretty big, and I love this right here, the, newspaper, and then the Five Nights at Freddy. But I was glad to see Elvira. Elvira is one that from years ago. And then skeletons. They had a skeleton of just about every single thing you could imagine. And they were just sitting back in the back, everything from birds to fish to pigs. They had skeletons of everything. It was pretty neat. And then you kinda went over into this section, and this section had more of, like, the headstones, and the things that you put outside. Be really neat for your yard, the rats and things like that. Look at those. That's pretty neat. Then you got the things that you can run up your sidewalk and then the walking hands. Really spectacular stuff that they make these days. Then you have these dolls that, that people will use in a lot of different things like that, and then just stuff to hang in your yard, hang off your porch, and, get ready to hang candy out to try to scare kids, and look at that. I'm amazed at some of this stuff, guys. It really amazes me. Look at that, The Walking Dead, you've got stuff from The Walking Dead right there, and then back into The Mask and just walking around. I did want you to notice that I did not find a Santa suit in this area, so I made my way over to the back, and I said, "I've gotta be missing something." So I made my way over to the back here, and over here, I found costumes that the little maids outfits, if you wanted to be a Cheeto, you could be a Cheeto, you could be a bag of chips, you could be a dinosaur. They do make the outfits that come in 2, so you can get 2 outfits in 1 pack, a SpongeBob SquarePants with that, Princess, Wizard of Oz, we did see some of those. Then you get here in the back and you can be a race car driver. I did see some of those, and then says employees only. I wanted to go back there, but then I thought better of it, and I said, "No, I'll just go this way." And, cheerleaders, nuns, Snoopy inflatables. The inflatables are really neat this year. Look at those. Up another employee section. You can be a big hot dog, you can be look, anybody can be a gorilla. Um, the inflatable dinosaurs, those are pretty awesome. But guys, that's kinda wrapping everything up, and then this guy was standing at the door of the store, and so they have him for sale, $249. Well, guys, that wraps up our tour. I hope you had a great night watching this, and I hope this gives you some ideas for Halloween. Have a great night. Bye now.